Having seen about the deductions from 80C to 80E in the previous video, in continuance of that, we will learn about the deductions from 80G to 80U in this video, along with some exercise problems and solutions. Here we are going to learn about deductions under section 80G, 80GG, 80GGA, 80QQB, 80RRB and 80U. Deduction under section 80G deals with donations. The deduction is available to individual, company, firm or any other person. No deduction is allowed in respect of donation in cash of an amount exceeding rupees 2000 from the assessment year 2018-19. No deduction is also allowed for the donations to political parties, donation in kind, donation given for the benefit of any particular religion, class, creed, community, etc. So this donation for deduction purpose can be divided as without any maximum limit and subject to the maximum limit of 10% of adjusted gross total income. Under without any specified limit, it is divided as 100% deduction of the amount donated and 50% of deduction of the amount donated. Again, in case of maximum limit of 10% of adjusted total income also, you have 100% deduction of the amount donated and 50% of the amount donated. Now let us see the deduction under section 80G, that is donations which are 100% deduction without qualifying limit. You can claim the 100% deduction from these donations made. They are National Defence Fund set up by the central government, Prime Minister's National Relief Fund, Prime Minister's Armenia Earthquake Relief Fund, Africa Public Contribution India Fund, National Children's Fund, National Foundation for Communal Harmony, approved university or educational institution of national eminence, Chief Minister's Earthquake Relief Fund Maharashtra, fund set up by state government of Gujarat for providing relief to the victims of earthquake in Gujarat, Zilla Saksharta Samiti, National Blood Transfusion Council or the State Blood Transfusion Council, fund set up by a state government for the medical relief for the poor, Central Welfare Fund of Army or the Indian Naval Benevolent Fund or the Air Force Central Welfare Fund, Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister's Cyclone Relief Fund, National Illness Assistance Fund, Chief Minister's Relief Fund or Lieutenant Governor's Relief Fund, National Sports Fund or National Cultural Fund or Fund for Technology Development and Application, Swachh Bharat Kosh, Clean Ganga Fund and National Fund for Control of Drug Abuse. All these donations which is made is subject to 100% of deduction under the income tax for the assessee. Now let us see what are the deductions which can be claimed for 50% without qualifying limit. Here 50% qualifying limit donations, deductions for the donations are Jawaharlal Nehru Memorial Fund, Prime Minister's Drought Relief Fund, Indira Gandhi Memorial Fund and Rajiv Gandhi Foundation Fund. In case if these donations are made, 50% can be deducted as deductions from the gross total income. Next we have donations eligible for 100% deductions subject to the qualifying limit. So subject to the qualified limit of gross total income. So here donations to government or any approval local authority, institution or association to be utilized for the purpose of promoting family planning, donation by the company to the Indian Olympic Association or to any other association or institution notified for the development of infrastructure for sports and games in India or the sponsorship of sports and games in India. Only the donations, contributions made by the companies are eligible to claim deduction under this. That is, the particular deduction is not available to any other associate in case of donations by a company to Indian Olympic Association. So these two 100% deduction is available with specified qualifying limit. There are certain donations which are eligible for 50% deduction subject to the qualifying limit. They are donation to government or any local authority for the purpose of utilization for the charitable purpose other than the promoting family planning, any authority constituted in India for dealing with and satisfying the needs of the housing, accommodation, or for the purpose of planning, development of towns, villages, etc. Any corporation specified in Section 10, subsection 26BB for promoting the interest of minority community, any notified temple, mosque, gurdwara, church or other places for the purpose of renovation or repairs. All these donations are subject to the qualifying limit with 50% deductions. So now we'll see what is adjusted gross total income of taxpayer for the purpose of section 80G. So here how do you calculate the adjusted gross total income? After obtaining gross total income, from that if you deduct long-term capital gains, short-term capital gains on sale of shares under section 111A, deductions under section 80C to 80U will give you the adjusted gross total income. From that, if you deduct the deduction under section 80G, you get the total taxable income. So what will be the qualifying amount for the donations made? The qualifying amount will be actual amount donated or 10% of adjusted gross total income, whichever is less. Now we will see some problems based on this. The gross total income of Mr. Babu is rupees 50 lakhs. He has made the following donations. Calculate the net income. In order to do the problems, you should have a knowledge about the 100% deductions, 50% deductions without qualifying limit and with qualifying limit. Then only you can do the problems easily. So it's better to learn the problems, learn the deductions, what are all the things which will appear in 50% and 100% with and without specified limit to do the problems. Now going on to the problem, the gross total income of Mr. Babu is rupees 50 lakhs. He has made the following donations. Calculate the net income. National Foundation for Communal Harmony is given 10,000. National Children's Fund 20,000. Chief Minister Relief Fund 25,000. Prime Minister's National Relief Fund 1 lakh. Clean Ganga Fund 12,000. Swachh Bharat Kosh 8,000. National Fund of Drug Abuse 15,000. Jawaharlal Nehru Memorial Fund 12,000. Rajiv Gandhi Foundation 8,000, Africa Fund 15,000 and Indira Gandhi Memorial Fund 14,000. So here we can see that National Fund Foundation for Communal Harmony is subject to 100% rate of deduction, so 10,000. National Children Fund is also subject to 20,000 100% of deductions, so it is 20,000. Chief Minister's Relief Fund is 25,000. Chief Minister Relief Fund is also subject to 100% deductions. And Prime Minister National Relief Fund is 1 lakh. So again, that is also subject to 100% reduction. Clean Ganga Fund 12,000. That is also subject. Clean Ganga Fund is also subject to 100% reduction. Swachh Bharat Kosh 8,000. Swachh Bharat is also exempted to the extent of 100% reduction, so 8,000. The National Fund of Drug Abuse is 15,000. That is also subject to 100% deduction, so 100% deduction is 15,000. You can remember just like this in case of Jawaharlal Nehru, Indira Gandhi and Rajiv Gandhi, as well as Prime Minister's Relief Fund, the deduction you can claim is 50%. All other deduction relating to the national relief funds etc. will be 100% qualifying limit. So here again coming to the problem, Jawaharlal Nehru Memorial Fund, you can claim the exemption to the extent of 50%. So 12,000 from 50 percentage of 12,000 is 6,000. Then Rajiv Gandhi Foundation 8,000. 8,000 means 50 percentage of 8,000 is 4,000. Africa Fund is 15,000. So 100 percentage for Africa Fund it is 100 percentage. So as it is you can write 15,000. Indira Gandhi Memorial Fund is 14,000. Indira Gandhi Memorial Fund 50 percentage can be claimed as deduction. So it is 50 percentage of 14,000 is 7,000. If you add up all this, you get the amount of rupees 2,22,000. This is the total amount of deduction which you can claim under section 80G. From the gross total income, if you deduct the deductions under 80G of rupees 2,22,000, you get the taxable income of 47,78,000. Problem number 2. Mr. X gross total income is rupees 6 lakhs. For the previous year 2009 to 10, he paid for the following items. Compute his total income. He contributed towards medical insurance premium by check. He contributed towards pension fund of LIC of India. He repaid interest on loan for pursuing his higher study in management. He donated to National Defence Fund. So if we see the problem, can be noted that there is a combination of different sections involved. So if we see a pension fund of LIC of India, it comes under 80CCC. He contributed towards medical insurance, comes under 80D, and he repaid interest on loan comes under 80E, and donation comes under 80G. So we'll solve this problem. We'll write it one by one. Write computation of total income of Mr. X. The total income of Mr. X is 6 lakhs. Then from that we will make the deductions one by one. So we'll write it accordingly. Under section 80CCC we have pension fund of LIC of India which is contributed by Mr. X. So pension fund of LIC is 12,000. The total amount of deduction claimed under 80C, CCD and 80CCC will be 1,50,000. Here He has claimed only 12,000, so total amount can be claimed for deduction. Next one is he contributed towards the medical insurance premium by check. So Mediclaim actual amount is 15,000, but total permissible amount or maximum amount allowed is 25,000 for one person, individuals, spouse and children. So it is either 25,000 maximum amount or 15,000, whichever is less. That can be claimed for deduction. So here 15,000 or 25,000, whichever is less, is 15,000, can claim the deduction to the extent of rupees 15,000. Next one is he repaid interest on loan taken for pursuing his higher study in management. That is 15,000. So it comes under section 80E. Interest on loan taken for higher education is 15,000. So total interest is can be claimed as deduction. Next one is he donated to National Defence Fund. That also, National Defence also is subject to 100% deduction without limit. So 10,000 he can claim the deduction from this. So total amount which he can claim deduction is 12,000, 15,000, 15,000 and 10,000. It comes to around 52,000. From 6 lakhs, deduct the deduction amount, you get the total income of 5,48,000. From the details given below, compute the amount deductible under section 80G. Donation to approved charitable trust is 70,000. Donation to local authority for family planning is 50,000 and adjusted gross total income is 8,50,000. So they've asked you to compute the amount deductible under section 80G and you are given the details regarding adjusted gross total income, then donation to local authority for family planning and donation to approved charitable trust. These two items, donation to local authority for family planning and donation to approved charitable trust, are donation with specified limits. Here, family planning, donation to local authority family planning is subject to 100% of rate of deductions with limit donations, whereas donation to approved charitable trust is subject to 50% of with limit donations. So we'll see how to calculate this. We'll write computation of amount deductible under section 80G. Here, without limit donations, nothing is given. So without limited donation is nil. Next, you write with limit donations. Two items are there. Donation to local authority for family planning. It's totally 100% can be deducted. So 50%, 50,000. Now we will calculate the actual 50% of limit of donation. For computation of amount of donation for 50%, actual amount donated or 10% of adjusted gross total income, whichever is less, is to be found out. That will be the amount of deduction. So here actual amount donated will be for both. Here you have donation for approved charitable trust and donation for local authority for family planning, both together. Under this both together is a common, will add both 50,000 plus 70,000. 50,000 plus 70,000 to calculate the donation under restriction category or limit with limit category. So here, or 10% of gross total income, that is 8,50,000. While calculating the actual amount donated, you have to take both the restricted amounts into consideration, because we are going to see actual amount donated. So actual amount donated will be these two amounts. So 70,000 plus 50,000 or 10% of gross total income, adjusted income, gross total adjusted income. So 8 lakh 50,000 into 10 percentage, which gives you 85,000. 50,000 plus 70,000 gives you 1 lakh 20,000. In this 1 lakh 20,000 or 85,000, whichever is less, is to be seen. So 85,000 is the amount which is less. This is the actual amount donated. From this, after finding, this can be uh, claimed for, actually this is the amount which can be claimed for uh, donations. So 50 percentage of specified limit, we have this 85,000 constitutes of both family planning local authority donations as well as charitable trust. So for family planning donations, uh, 50,000, it is the limit is 100 percentage. So total 50,000 has to be considered for deduction. Whereas in case of donation to approved charitable trust, only 50 percentage of limit has to be considered. So we will calculate that alone. 85,000 is the amount, total amount which is there for reduction. From that, 85,000 minus 50,000. 50,000 is the amount which is given for donation under family planning. So if you deduct that, you will get the actual amount of 35,000, which is subject to the approved charitable trust donations. So from this 35,000, if you find out 50 percentage, you get 17,500. 50 percentage of 35,000 gives you 17,500. This 17,500 is the amount of donation deduction under the donation to approved charitable trust. So if you add 50,000 and 17,500, you get the amount deductible under section 80G as 67,500, which can be claimed for deduction under section 80G. Next, problem number 4. Mr. Rajiv furnishes the following information in respect of donations made by him for the previous year 2018-19. His gross total income is 2,10,000, which includes dividend from an Indian company amounting rupees 10,000. Calculate deductions under section 80G. So we are given the information regarding donations. Donation to National Defence Fund, Africa Fund, Rajiv Gandhi Foundation, Poor Boy for Higher Education, Approved Charitable Trust, and Political Party paid in cash. All these information is given. So we will see one by one. Under fully deductible deductions, we have donation to National Defence Fund. So write computation of deduction under section 80G. Under fully deductible deductions, write donation to National Defence Fund. And Africa Fund is also comes under fully deductible deductions. So Africa Fund. Altogether 5,000, it's 100 percentage deductions. So 5,000 plus 7,000 is 12,000. Next one is donation to Rajiv Gandhi Foundation. This is subject to 50 percentage deduction. So 8,000 into 50 percentage is 4,000. Next, donation to Poor Boy Higher Studies. So Poor Boy Higher Studies is not any charitable institution, so will not take into consideration. See the note here, donation to Poor Boy for higher education is not eligible as it is done, it's not done by any public charitable institution. So we are not considering it for deduction under section 80G. Next one, donation to approved charitable trust. So for this, we have to compute the donation subject to 50% of limit. Under deductions, so we'll let us see here. So 10% of adjusted capital, we'll calculate the adjusted gross total income. Gross total income is, so here gross total income is 2,10,000. From this 2,10,000, if you deduct the dividend from Indian company, that is minus 10,000, Indian company has to be deducted, you get 2 lakhs. In the 10% is considered to be the deductions which can be claimed. Into 10% is 20,000. So qualifying limit is it is 20,000, and from this 20,000 we have to compute this charitable institution. It comes under 50% of limits, limited donations. So 20,000 into 50% gives you 10,000. So total amount of deduction under section 80G will be 12,000 plus 4,000 plus 10,000, that is 26,000. Donation to a political party paid in cash. So in case if it is given to any individual or political party paid in cash, it will not be deducted under section 80G. Problem number 5. Ms. Nisha submits the details of a gross total income for the previous year as 9,50,000. She contributed for following amounts towards approved funds as donations. Calculate her taxable income for the assessment year 2019-20. We are given certain items relating to the different deductions. Payment towards national insurance mediclaim paid in check rupees 15,000. Pension fund rupees 10,000. Rajiv Gandhi Foundation rupees 25,000. Gujarat Earthquake Relief Fund rupees 30,000. Prime Minister's Drought Relief Fund rupees 40,000. Jawaharlal Nehru Memorial Fund 12,000. Towards repair work for temple rupees 35,000. Donation promoting minority community 50,000, and total income includes long-term capital gain of rupees 1 lakh. So if we see the problem here, they've asked you to find out the taxable income and your gross total income is 9,50,000. So computation of total income, gross total income is 9,50,000. Now various deduction under section 80 is given, like this national insurance mediclaim paid by check 15,000 is under section 80D. So 80D for mediclaim, the amount which can be deductible is 15,000 or 25,000, whichever is less. We've already seen it in section 80D. Either it is 15,000 or 25,000 for individual, spouse and children. So 15,000, whichever is the maximum, 15,000 or 25,000, whichever is less, is considered to be the deduction which can be claimed. So 15,000. Next one, for pension fund, it is 10,000. It comes under section 80 CCC. 10,000, or here also it's the maximum amount is 1,50,000. either 1,50,000 or 10,000, whichever is less, can be taken for deduction. So under section 80 CCC, the person, Ms. Nisha, can claim deduction under up to the extent of rupees 10,000. Now let us see donations. The others are relating to the donations. We'll see donations one by one. If you see here, Rajiv Gandhi Foundation is 25,000. This comes under 50% without limit donations. Gujarat Earthquake Relief Fund, this comes under 100% without limit donations. Prime Minister's Drought Relief Fund comes under 50% without limit donations. Jawaharlal Nehru Memorial Fund comes under 50% without limit donations. So without limit donations we have seen. Here another two items are given towards repair work for temple. So here towards repair work for temple, it's 35,000. It is with limit donations, specify with a limit of 50%. Again, donation promoting minority community also with limit donation with 50% rate of deduction. Here we are given total income which includes long-term capital gain of rupees 1 lakh. Now let us find out the donations and its calculated amount I have given under the working notes. As we have discussed, without limit donations, Gujarat Earthquake Relief Fund is 100%. Prime Minister's Drought Relief Fund. Prime Minister's Drought Relief Fund is 40,000. So 40,000, for this it is 50% is eligible for deduction without limit. So 40,000 into 50% is 20,000. Jawaharlal Nehru Memorial Fund is there. It also qualifies for 50% rate of deduction. So 12,000 into 50% is 6,000. Again, Rajiv Gandhi Foundation, the amount here for Rajiv Gandhi Foundation is 25,000. So in this 50% 12,500, which you can claim the deductions. Now coming to the with limit donations, both donation towards temple repair work as well as promotion of minority community is subject to 50% of rate of deduction with limit donations. So we will calculate the amount. Already seen that the for limit will be actual amount donated or 10% of adjusted gross total income, whichever is less. We'll find out the actual amount. This actual amount will be, which includes both with limit donation amounts. So donation towards temple repair work as well as promotion of minority community. So here towards repair work for temple is 35,000 and donation for promoting minority community is 50,000. So 35,000 plus 50,000, if you add up you get 85,000. This is the actual amount donated. Now we'll find out the adjusted gross total income. So the formula for adjusted gross total income is gross total income minus deductions minus capital gains. Let me show you the chart where it is given. Gross total income, from that you have to deduct long-term capital gains, from then short-term capital gains of on sale of shares, deductions under section 80C to 80U. If you deduct all these things, you get the adjusted gross total income. So this is what we have done here. So gross total income minus deduction under section 80CCC and 80D and long-term capital gain. See, 80D it is 15,000, 80CCC is 10,000 and Long-term capital gain is 1 lakh. These amounts, you write it here, minus 15,000 plus 10,000 plus 1 lakh, which comes around 1,25,000. So 9,50,000 minus 1,25,000 is 8,25,000. So we have to, your limit is 10 actual amount donated or 10% of adjusted GTI, whichever is less. So we will find out 10% of adjusted GTI. So 8,25,000 is the adjusted GTI. From that 10% is 82,500. Now the limit is 85,000 actual amount donated or 10% of adjusted GTI, that is 82,500, whichever is less. In this, the less amount is 82,500. From this 82,500, you have to find out 50%, because limit rate of deduction and with limit donation is 50%. So 50% of 82,500 is 46,250. So for these two together, here we can claim the deduction to the extent of 46,250. If you add up all these, you get the total amount of deduction under section 80G, which comes around 1,14,750. So this 1 lakh section 80G donations with working note 1,14,750. All the deductions added up together gives you 1,39,750. If you deduct it from the gross total income, you get the taxable income of 8,10,250. We'll see the next deduction under section 80GG, which deals with rent paid for furnished or unfurnished residential accommodation. This is rent paid for furnished or unfurnished residential accommodation. This is allowed to the individual not receiving HRA. The one who is not receiving HRA can claim this deduction. Least of the following shall be exempt from tax. A. Rent paid in excess of 10% of total income. B. 25% of total income, and C. 5,000 per month. So total income is gross total income minus long-term capital gains, short-term capital gains, deduction under section 80C to 80U, and income under section 115A. So this is how you have to calculate the total income. It's just your adjusted gross total income. If you see the formula, we will find out gross total income minus long-term capital gain, short-term capital gain under section 111A, reduction under section 80C to 80U. But here only difference is here 80C to 80U is given, but other than 80GG is there. So 80GG is related to the deduction under rent paid for furnished or unfurnished residential accommodation and other things. Problem number 6. Calculate the deduction allowable under section 80GG to Mr. Ayush having the following incomes for the previous year 2018-19. Business income is 1,10,000. Interest from bank is 10,000. Rent paid by him for self-occupied house for the purpose of his residence is rupees 1,250 per month. So here nothing is mentioned about HRA. So we have to assume that he is not receiving HRA. Then now according to the provisions, we'll compute the amount deductible under section 80G. The first one is rent paid minus 10% of adjusted gross total income. So rent paid is 1,250 per month. So into 12 will give you per year. So 1,250 into 12 is 15,000. Then less 10% of adjusted gross total income. So what is the gross total income here? Business income is 1,10,000 and interest from bank is 10,000. That is income from other sources. So totally if you add up 1,10,000 plus 10,000 you get 1,20,000. This is the gross total income or adjusted total income. Then 10% of that is 12,000. 1,20,000 into 10% is 12,000. So the next point is rupees 5,000 per month. So rupees 5,000 per month means 5,000 into 12, 60,000. The third one is 25% of adjusted total income. So adjusted total income as we have calculated here 1,10,000 plus 10,000, 1,20,000. 25% of this is 25% into 1,20,000 gives you 30,000. In these three, whichever is less can be claimed as deduction under section 80 GG. So in this, the amount whichever is less is 3,000. So 3,000 is the amount which is claimed as deduction under section 80 GG. Problem number 7. Mr. X gross total income is rupees 3,60,000. He lives in a rented house at Chennai and pays a rent of rupees 4,000 per month. He is entitled to a deduction under section 80D of rupees 9,000. He is the owner of a building which is situated at Mumbai and let out. Compute the amount deductible under section 80GG if any. So here also we are asked to calculate the amount deductible under section 80GG. So computation of amount deductible under section 80GG. We'll do it according to the provisions. The first one is rent paid minus 10% of adjusted total income. So 4,000 per month is the rent which is payable. So 4,000 into 12. Here you are given the gross total income of 3,60,000 and he is entitled to the deduction under section 80D of 9,000. So if you have to adjust this, 3,60,000 minus 9,000 will be the adjusted gross total income. Adjusted income is 3,60,000 minus 9,000, that is 3,51,000. 10% of it is 35,100. If you deduct this 48,000 from 35,100, you get 12,900. Then 5,000 per month is 5,000 into 12, 60,000. 25% of adjusted total income is 3,51,000 into 25%, 87,750. Whichever is less is considered to be the amount deductible under section 80 GG. So here the less amount is 12,900. So this is the amount which can be deducted, deduction allowable under section 80 GG. Next one is deduction under section 80 GGA, which deals with donation to scientific research or rural development. Under section 80 GGA, 100% of the donated amount is eligible for deduction. However, cash donation exceeding rupees 10,000 are not allowed for any deduction. This deduction can be availed by all taxpayers except those who gain income or loss from business or profession. So only the salaried persons can claim this deduction, not the persons from business or profession. The total amount donated to the following institutions or association can be claimed as deductions. A science research association or university, college or any other institution approved under section 35 subsection 1. An association or institution for rural development, a public sector company or a local authority or an association or institution approved under section 35 AC for carrying out any eligible project or scheme. An afforestation fund specified under section 35 CCB, a rural development fund set up and notified by central government for the purpose of section 35 CCA subsection 1C. National Urban Poverty Eradication Fund set up and notified by the central government for the purpose of section 35 CCA 1D. Amount can be paid in cash, check or draft. This is what the provision is related to. Here he can claim to the extent of 100% of donation. 100% of donation can be claimed as deduction. It's only available for salaried class of people and not for business or profession. Under 80 GGA, which is for donations to specific scientific research or rural development. Now let's see one problem based on this. Problem number 8. Vijay has made contributions to the following during the previous year 2018-19. Rural Development Fund is 40,000. University for Statistical Research is rupees 30,000. Find out his taxable income if he is the salaried employee drawing rupees 2,20,000 as salary per annum. So he is a salaried person. Gross total income from salary is 2,20,000. From he is eligible for deduction, 100% deduction. So Rural Development Fund is 40,000 and contribution to University Scientific Research is 30,000. Both together is 70,000. So right from his salary gross total income 2,20,000. If you deduct 70,000, you get the taxable income of 1,50,000. Next is the deduction under section 80 RRB. This 80 RRB is related to royalty in respect of patent registered. Royalty in respect of patent registered. A patent is also a intellectual property right and it ensures the innovator and the rights are protected. Royalty is the amount given for some innovation in the form of payment. So here royalty in respect of patents registered on or after 1/4/2003 is subject to certain conditions. Allowed to resident individual patentee. Amount of deduction is 100% of royalty subject to maximum of 3 lakhs. So in case if the person holds a royalty of in respect of patent registered, he can claim deduction to the extent of 3 lakhs. Next one is deduction under section 80 QQB, royalty to authors. It's allowed to resident individual authors. Certain conditions are there to be fulfilled. Deduction is available to an author or joint author. Income should be received in consideration for authoring any book of literary, artistic or scientific nature. It does not include brochures, commentaries, guides, diaries, magazines, journals, newspapers, pamphlets, textbooks for schools, tracts or other publication of similar nature. A certificate in form 10 CCD is required. This certificate is to be verified from the person making payments to the author. The income should be earned in exercise of his profession. So amount which is the extent of deduction is least of the following shall be exempt from tax. In case of lump sum payment, amount of royalty income subject to maximum of rupees 3 lakhs. In case the amount is paid in lump sum as royalty to the author, he can claim 3 lakhs rupees as deductions. In case like received in percentage of sales, amount of such income is subject to maximum of 15% of value of books sold during the previous year. Rather than receiving the amount in lump sum, if he prefers to receive in the form of percentage of sales of his books, in that case he can claim the deductions to the extent of 15% of book value of books sold during the previous year. We'll see one problem based on this. Compute the total income of an author for the assessment year 2019-2020 from the information provided by Mr. Arun. Royalty from the publisher is 2,50,000. Expenses incurred by her for typing the manuscript is rupees 15,000. Other income is 5 lakhs. So here the total amount of royalty is 2,50,000. From that we have to deduct the expenses which he has used for typing, that is 15,000. If you deduct this 2,50,000 minus 15,000, it is 2,35,000. You have other income as well of 5 lakhs. So total gross total income is 7,35,000. From this we have to claim the deduction under section QQB. So under section QQB, the total he can claim, he has got the royalty from the publisher in lump sum of rupees 2,50,000. So here to 2,50,000, if you deduct the expenses of typing the manuscript, 2,35,000. So here 2,35,000 or 3 lakhs. Maximum extent is 3 lakhs. Whichever is less is allowed as deductions. So here 2,35,000 or 3 lakhs, whichever is less is 2,35,000. From his gross total income of 7,35,000, if you deduct 2,35,000, you get the total income of rupees 5 lakhs. Next one is deduction under section 80U. This is for disabled persons with different percentages of disability. Available to individuals suffering from any disability, rupees 75,000 can be claimed as deduction in case of disability. In case of severe disability, 1,25,000 can be claimed. Severe disability means person having 80% or above disability. Disability means 40 percentage, person having 40% to 80% of disability. To claim this deduction, the assessee should furnish the certificate from medical authority in the prescribed form. Disability includes blindness, low vision, leprosy cured, and hearing impairment. Problem number 10. Ms. Ono is a resident individual for the previous year 2018-19. She has a gross total income of rupees 5,90,000. She is suffering from 40% of hearing impairment. Find out her total income and the amount of deduction she can claim under section 80E. So here Ms. Anu has 40% of hearing impairment. So she can claim deduction under section 80U to the extent of rupees 75,000, as we have seen in the previous slide. Like 75,000 can be claimed as deduction for the person who has a disability. Now coming to the problem, computation of taxable income. The gross total of income of Anu is 5,90,000. From that, deduction under section 80U is, as she is suffering from hearing impairment of 40%, 75,000 can be deducted. So total taxable income is 5,90,000 minus 75,000, that is 5,15,000. Next, problem number 11. Mr. Sendil, who is a person with severe disability, submits the following information. Compute the taxable income of Mr. Sendil for the assessment year 2019-20. Salary per month is given 23,000. Interest on government securities 2,000. Interest on fixed deposits with bank, gross amount is 34,000. Long-term capital gain is 2,25,000. He deposited rupees 10,000 in his public provident fund during the previous year. So here the taxable income of Mr. Sendil, we have to find it out. So let us see. Salary amount here is 23,000 per month. So salary is 23,000 into 12, that is 2,76,000. Next one, interest on government securities is given as 2,000. So interest on government securities, write it here as 2,000. Next one, interest on fixed deposit with bank. These two are income from other sources. So interest on fixed deposits with bank is 34,000. 34,000. Then you have a long-term capital gain of 2,25,000. This also has to be added up in order to get the gross total income. But long-term capital gain, you write it in the outer column, because without long-term capital gain only we can claim for the amount of deductions. Gross total income without long-term capital gain is 3,12,000. So let us see what are all the deductions which we can claim. The first one is he deposited 10,000 in his public provident fund during the previous year. So 10,000 is deposited in public provident fund. Under ATC you can claim this till the extent of 1,50,000 can be claimed, but here only 10,000 is there. So whichever is less is taken into consideration. So 10,000. As he has the severe disability. Severe disability means more than 80% of disability. So can claim to the extent of 1,25,000. You add up these two, you get 10,000 plus 1,25,000. 1,25,000. From that you deduct the gross total income 3,12,000. That is 3,12,000 minus 10,000 minus 1,25,000, which gives you 1,77,000. This is the gross total income after deductions without LTCG. So along with LTCG is given here, that is long-term capital gain is 2,25,000. We add up long-term capital gain as well as this the gross total income after deductions of 1,77,000. We get the taxable income of rupees 4,02,000. To sum up the sections from 80G to 80U which we have seen in this video, section 80G deals with general donations of any recognized category. It has a permissible limit for 100% or 50% with or without limits. And we have seen 80GGA, which is regarding donation to scientific research or rural development. Here 100% can be claimed for deduction. In case of cash amount of donation, it should not exceed rupees 10,000. The next one is 80GG. It's regarding rent paid if HRA is not received. For this, the provision is rent paid or 10% of adjusted total income or rupees 5,000 per month or 25% of total income, whichever is less, can be claimed as deduction. Next, 80QQB which relates to royalty to the authors. 100% royalty amount subject to the maximum amount of rupees 3 lakh can be claimed as deduction. For royalty to patents under 80 RRB, 100% royalty amount subject to the maximum amount of rupees 3 lakhs. And for under 80U is for disabled person with different percentage of disability. For this, the permissible limit is 75,000, which can be claimed as deduction. In case of severe disability, more than 80% of disability is considered to be the severe disability. In that case, rupees 1,25,000 can be claimed as deduction. So with this, we come to the end of the chapter of deductions from gross total income. In the next video, we will learn about agricultural income. These are all the textbook for references which you can learn.